Hey, wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Kicking off Project GR-Supra manual. I don't know what's a catchy name for this. GR-Supra manual. 45th.
Let's call it Project Proper Supra.
Proper Supra. Let us know in the comments what you think this segment should be called for our GR-Supra build. So this is my...
Oh, so you're saying it's mine too?
It's collectively on the channels, but I'm the one who put...
So I get to drive it?
Check. I'll let you drive it.
Sick.
You can experience it. This is the 2024 GR-Supra manual transmission 45th anniversary. It is not exactly what I asked for, but this is what I got. Shout out to Laramie Toyota in Wyoming, who was able to get me an allocation, which was the biggest hurdle. Thank you guys so much for fulfilling the order for me. You guys are great to deal with.
And the most important thing, no markup.
No markup.
That
Amazing.
Dealers. Like,
awesome dealership.
Yeah.
Anyhow, one of the big things that we're going to put an emphasis on for this build before we start diving into and modifying it, don't mind my painted reflectors on the front. That's the only thing that I changed so far. But we weighed them. The weights were the same.
We did weigh them.
The weights were exactly the same. I want to put an emphasis on weight reduction, but this is like a whole new level of ricer weight reduction where it's really easy to make a car very light by just like gutting the crap out of it, but then you have a pile of shit car.
Yeah, unless you're driving it on a racetrack, it sucks.
Yeah, and the GR-Supra is a grand touring car. And you can track it and it can lay down impressive lap times. Like, yes, it can do all that stuff. It's a dual purpose car, but if I'm looking at this, given the size, the weight, the powertrain, the comfort level, it's a grand touring car. It errs on the side of sports car, but it's getting up there. We're gonna put an emphasis on taking weight out of it without sacrificing comfort and enjoyability on the street, because that's primarily where I'm gonna be driving this, is mostly on the street. So, in order to best do that and keep track of everything, Matthew and I made the executive decision before we kicked this build off to pick up a set of race scales.
Yes, I'm so pumped about this. Here, pull that little foam thing out.
Oh, I'll give the van a light.
Wireless.
Wireless, baby.
Race scales.
What's the brand of these again?
Proform, yes.
I'll be honest. I Googled wireless race scales. I looked for the most competitively priced ones that didn't look like they were pieces of crap. And I bought them from the website that had the best pricing, which was jegs.com.
Awesome.
That's it. We weren't sponsored or anything.
Yep, sounds good to me. 2
days later, here they came. Real quick on these, it shows weight at each corner, gives you your cross weights, gives you your front to rear bias percentage. The scales don't have an on-off switch on them. When the control unit is off, these are in standby idle mode with the batteries in them. When you turn this on, it communicates and wakes the scales up, quote unquote. So we are going to put our GR-Supra up on the scales to get a baseline weight. Now I have to give this one caveat here, is I was supposed to get a full tank of fuel with the car. It says so on the window sticker, but for some gosh darn reason, it came here with about a quarter of a tank.
In California, that's a good amount of money.
Well, it came from Wyoming.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, California fuel.
I don't know who's supposed to put fuel in it. Well, are you saying that because it came into port at California?
I don't know. I'm just saying that. I'm just trying to say California sucks.
I mean, I thought that we all know that.
I'm just jealous of their weather. That's really it.
Anyhow, so it's got about a quarter of a tank of fuel in here. There's two, and this is the most scientific way we can calculate this, is there's 2 out of 7 fuel bars lit. So if you divide 2 by 7, it's 0.28. So that's why I say about a 25%. This has a fuel capacity of 13.9 gallons, or was it 13.7? 13.7. Not that big of a fuel tank, surprisingly. But anyhow, if we calculated that out, it means that there's about 20.88 pounds of fuel in the car currently, and we have to add whatever this comes in at on the scales, 41 pounds.
Because it's about 6 pounds per gallon of fuel.
Correct. About 6 pounds per gallon of fuel, in case you kids didn't know that. And Toyota, on their website for a manual transmission car, claims it's 3,400 pounds curb weight, but I've seen Car and Driver, I think, weighed a manual. I don't know if it was a premium or not, but with a manual, and it came in at 3,364. So let's place our bets right now.
All right, 3,364 that was a manual, just a standard manual premium. No,
yes.
not a 45th anniversary.
I haven't seen anybody weigh a 45th. And the 45th should theoretically weigh more because it's got a bigger strut tower bar. That's steel. It's got that ricer wing on the back, and it's got these graphics, which, let's face it, still material on the car.
3,471. I'm not thinking it's that much. Wait.
I'm gonna say based off of that Car and Driver weight, this is probably 3,380. Now here's the other thing. I think I might have said, did I say this, that most curb weights are done with 75% fuel in the car? Did I say that?
I don't know if you said that.
If I didn't say that, I'm saying it again right now. I'm getting a little bit old, guys, so bear with me here. Everybody who weighs the car, it's gonna vary because it's really hard to get it exactly at 3/4 of a tank of fuel.
Yep.
Because nobody's running these down to zero and then literally putting in 75% of 13.7.
Yeah, some people have like a pound of cocaine in the glove box and.
Correct. Correct. So, oh, and I have a trunk mat in the car. The 45th anniversary cars get a trunk mat. And for those of you who are wondering, this came up on the 45th anniversary Facebook group that I'm now a member of. The trunk mat is supposed to be color matched to the car. I got one that has, I can't even see it through here, but it has orange Supra writing on it, while other people got ones with white Supra writing on it.
So you gotta swap.
And I think the base model ones come with white. So it was interesting. Anyhow, we're gonna keep track of everything that we do to this car and see how light we can get it without compromising it, keeping that Grand Touring-esque feel to it, but like airing the car more on the level of a true sports car. Power's gonna always play a role in that. This said and done should be upward between 450 to 500 at the wheels and a little over 500 torque on 93 pump. That's the goal for it. I think we're gonna definitely be able to achieve that. And, in a perfect world, this would be 3,000 pounds or less, but this is not a perfect world. The world's very gray. It's very gray, Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Just like both our hairs turning.
Just like both of our hairs. I would be happy if I can get this car under 3,300 pounds. And I say that because the Z4M weighs 3,280. Was the last time I weighed it when it was all stock. That was before wheels and the Bilsteins, but that's all that's been done to it. So that's, I think under 3,300 with that much power should make for a pretty darn good, fun street car.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's get
Can we weigh it? Can we weigh it? Let's go.
Yes, let's get our baseline weight, and we will keep track of every mod that we make to it along the way, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the build.
All right, let's weigh it.
All right.
What's the verdict?
Well, it's still kind of settling.
Okay.
But right now we're at 3337. So if we add 41 pounds for fuel, that's 3378.
That's good.
So we were like, it's right in the middle. Well, I said what, 33? Did you say 30?
I said 71.
I said 80.
Yeah, so you were a little closer, but you overbid, so Bob Barker is not happy with you.
Fudge. This isn't Price is Right. Well, hold on, it's still going up though.
Oh, I guess
33,
Drew Carey.
38.
Yeah, no.
If this goes up 3 pounds, I win.
That's close though. Like that's pretty cool.
Well, actually 2 pounds technically, because then I'm right on the money.
Yeah, I'm off by like 10 pounds.
That would make sense based off of what car, I think it was Car and Driver that weighed it, with that 3364.
Yep.
Add roughly 16 pounds for a wing.
And keep in mind, this number we're looking at is with adding that extra weight for the fuel to get up to 3/4 of a tank.
Correct, yeah. Assuming we're at 3/4 of a tank. It's settling at, 30, it just jumped to 39, there it is.
There it is,
oh.
I got it on camera.
41 plus 41, that's 3380.
Sick.
Anyhow, so not bad. not great, but it's not bad.
Who's that?
Stranger danger. So 3380, we're gonna call it 33, oh, now it just jumped to 3340. 3381. We're gonna call that our starting weight, and we'll just take a look at the cross weights here. So we're averaging about 52% front weight.
Yep, 52-48.
Yep. So almost a 50-50 weight balance. But like, where I think this is gonna differ a lot from the Z4M is that this is an aluminum block, the B58 in here. And I haven't looked up the weights for it, but I will go on a limb and say that a B58 fully dressed, even with all the turbocharger stuff, is probably still lighter than the S58 fully dressed, because the S58 was a pretty heavy
Iron block, yeah.
Yeah, it was heavier than the aluminum V8 S65.
Oh, that's weird to think.
The successor to it, I know. I mean, I think that was like fully dressed for fully dressed, but it was like 13 pounds heavier or something like that. So we got some weight mods planned for this. We'll see what we can do without compromising it. I'm really excited for the full titanium exhaust.
Yeah.
And it's not just like a straight pipe titanium exhaust with like a wannabe little non-existent muffler. It has juicy resonators, juicy mufflers, and it's OEM valve compatible to keep that OEM plus comfort spec going on with it.
I think new cars are just built so well, and the sound deadening is so good that like,
yeah,
an exhaust isn't as like detrimental on something like this as opposed to like you know a buzzy Miata. You know.
I agree.
Yeah, so it's also going to take some weight out of the rear. You got to take some weight out of the front too to keep that weight distribution. You know, because that catless header, right? Or catless downpipe.
Catless downpipe.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna take the airbox out.
Yep.
Do titanium pipes and stuff in here, titanium bolts. So this is gonna be really cool to start diving into this more with this, but we are gonna focus on all the cars from here on out, and we can keep track of all the weights, which I think is really important. You know, I'm so excited to weigh the RX-8 and the S2000, because those are two cars that can really benefit from weight savings. So it's going to be awesome to be able to see that and further the development on those by taking weight out strategically without compromising or totaling them.
Agreed.
Agreed. So that is it.
Yeah, we got a lot to look forward to. I'm pumped.
Can't wait to keep track of all the weights. Guys and gals, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys in the next one.